then there's also like people that are elites, and that's their thing. Like their thing is to do something that is horrible, and it's not available to other people. How many guys were on video saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party"? How many people like openly talked about being there?
LeBron?
Yeah, how Ashton Kutcher, all these people. Like, you guys all went, you didn't see nothing? You didn't see nothing? I think there's like a sickness that people have when they have power, like extreme power, and then what else can I do? What else can I do? What else is what else is taboo? What else is forbidden? Like all this Diddy shit that's coming out. Like,
I was just gonna say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ. The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I gotta stop. I can't look at this.
Well, what freaks me out is the people sitting in the courtroom listening.
Right.
And there's a wide spectrum of people that are getting subjected to it, and you just sit there and go.
Yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades to who knows how many fucking people, and everybody was scared to talk about it because he'd have them.
What if one of the most celebrated figures in hip-hop was orchestrating one of the darkest operations in Hollywood, and nobody dared to speak up? For decades, Sean Diddy Combs was the untouchable king of hip-hop parties. But behind the champagne and celebrity selfies, insiders now say those parties may have hidden something far more disturbing. And the deeper you go, the uglier it gets. From disappearing witnesses to shocking recordings, the truth is unraveling fast, and it might expose more than just one man. This story has everything: power, manipulation, celebrity cover-ups, and possibly the biggest scandal in the entertainment industry since Epstein.
Yeah, it's really wild, man. Evil is a real thing, you know? Nobody wants to believe, because if you believe in the devil, right? If you believe in Satan, you believe in something that's silly. Like most people a lot of people believe in God. If you ask people, do you believe in God? Yeah, well, I'm not religious, but I believe in God. Okay, well, do you believe in the devil? Most people will say no. But do you believe in evil acts? Well, yeah, well, people certainly do evil things. Well, where do you think that comes from? If evil is real, what is it about us that makes us want to deny the possibility that there's some nefarious force that is in human beings, that influences human beings? It's not as simple as like some people are bad, some people are good. No, maybe evil is a real element that you have to fight in life. And that maybe this is just something that's been documented all throughout history, but our arrogance and our secular society wants to keep us from recognizing that as an actual factor.
On the 18th day of Diddy's trial, the courtroom fell silent as a chilling audio recording played for the jury. The voices revealed scenes not from a movie, but from real-life events that victims say were hidden behind Diddy's glamorous persona. His legal team immediately pushed for a mistrial, claiming Cassie Ventura, one of the key figures in the case, lied during her testimony. But what made headlines was victim 3, known only as Jane, returning to the stand. What she described left the courtroom stunned. She broke down as she recalled the freak-offs, exclusive parties where, according to her, Diddy forced women into disturbing, degrading acts. These weren't just Hollywood parties, these were traps. But what Jane said next made people wonder, was this bigger than Diddy?
The third alleged victim, who goes by the pseudonym Jane, was back on the witness stand for her first full day of testimony. The prosecutor played an audio recording for the jury of a hotel night with a male prostitute Jane identified as Dawn. On the recording, Jane and Dawn are looking for a condom, but Combs didn't allow it and can be heard saying, quote, "You're taking that expletive." Now, Jane testified, quote, "I just didn't want to disappoint my lover. He would be unhappy and wouldn't be satisfied with me." Jane went on to tearfully tell the jury about her birthday in 2023 when she said she was made to have sex with 3 different men in addition to Combs. The prosecutor asked why. Jane responded, "I don't know. It had become so routine," and added that she turned robotic. Jane told the jury that after a while, Combs didn't have to directly ask her for these hotel nights. She testified, "I knew it was to be expected." Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. If convicted, he faces the possibility of life in prison.
The worst part of the situation is that Diddy's accomplices.
According to Jane, these weren't just wild nights. They were orchestrated scenes of submission. She described how Diddy wouldn't just attend the parties, he directed them. Every movement, every interaction was reportedly commanded by him. Male escorts were allegedly instructed on what to do, while women like Jane and Cassie were expected to obey, without question. If they refused, there were consequences. Jane said she turned robotic over time. Cassie claimed Diddy once threw her across a room for disobeying. To him, they weren't people. They were possessions, objects to control, manipulate, and discard. And while this sounds extreme, it's not even the most disturbing part.
You know, I've had conversations with people about it, and it's like, Jesus, like just trying to get the documents, like when they're trying to get the Epstein files, like the state of New York, one of the district attorneys was hiding documents that have forced them to give documents. I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied, air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials. Wild.
Why don't they air it the same way they aired the coverage that
Johnny
Depp got?
I know. Why don't they? I don't know. They should. The ratings would be amazing.
Unreal.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Why wouldn't you air that?
What's going to happen, though, you think?
Well, Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I think he's probably going to get.
Think he's innocent, though?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. I mean, it's a lot of it is.
But then it's just another Epstein.
It's
Elaine Maxwell, where someone indicted and nobody else indicted for taking kids to
to no one. Right. We're like, what is the next crazy thing that's going to explode in the news? Is Bill Clinton's going to have an OnlyFans? Like, what is going to happen? What is the next thing that's going to make us all go, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's coming.
How many guys were on video saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party"? How many people like openly talked about being there?
LeBron?
Yeah, how about Ashton Kutcher? All these people. Like, you guys all went. You didn't see nothing? You didn't see nothing?
Yeah.
Donnell
went? Yeah. Did he? Of course he
He's
did.
on tape,
Donnell
trying to defend himself.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he trying to defend himself right now?
It's pretty funny.
I got to call him up. Donnell, you got to back away from that.
Isn't there a video with Kamala?
She was at one of the Diddy parties?
Isn't she in the background with?
It might have been the difference between Diddy parties and freak-offs. Oh, my God.
They're giving him shit, too, because he's sitting in his
the guy from Chappelle Show?
Yeah.
And then Dave's there, too. And then Russell Simmons, too. Oh, boy. But is that at a party, or is that just a group of them together?
They were like on a yacht or something like that.
Okay, but that's not the Diddy party.
No, yeah. It's not like they were kind of.
I think.
Joe Rogan addressed the scandal on his podcast, but he didn't just talk about the allegations. He dug into the psychology behind it. He raised a haunting question. What happens when someone has too much power for too long? When people like Diddy reach the top, surrounded by yes men and insulated from consequence, they start chasing taboos, not because they want pleasure, but because they crave control, because they want to know there's still something left to conquer, even if it means crossing moral lines. Rogan pointed out that most people believe in good, but few believe in evil, and maybe that's the problem. Because once you believe evil exists, you can no longer pretend things like this are just exaggerated headlines.
Or Diddy was like a Epstein type, working for somebody.
That's a good question. Well, it would be a great way to compromise celebrities. Yeah. And get them to say whatever you want them to do, get them to do whatever projects you'd like them to do. And, if you're a bunch of other celebrities are there, you're like, oh, look, Bill Clinton's here. This is fine.
Yeah.
This is cool. Look at this. Like, Brad Pitt's here. Oh, this is cool. You don't even think there's anything wrong with being there. Meanwhile, you're getting drugged up and filmed. And then they're passing out punch. Have some punch, Aaron. And you have some punch, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm feeling really good. I just feel amazing. You're all mopped up. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Probably a combination of things they give you.
And it's all being filmed.
Crazy. Now, if that's not an intelligence agency operation, it's just one evil super genius who figures out how to compromise everybody by providing this crazy freak off party. Everybody's got to put their phones away. Okay, we're going to put our phone away. No one's going to know anything. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get cameras everywhere. It's just one guy doing that. What a diabolical human being.
Yeah.
He seems pretty diabolical.
He's probably working with somebody or for somebody.
Maybe.
And maybe he just got too far out there.
Some of the shit that came out in the trial, though, like he's forcing his girlfriend to have sex with prostitutes while he was sitting there jacking off with a bandana on. She'd rub the on his nipples. Like, what are we even talking about? There's so many horrific accusations, though, involving young singers, like children.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's insane.
He makes R. Kelly look like a decent guy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. And meanwhile, the guy was like hanging out with Oprah, hanging out with Obama.
Jay-Z,
Everybody.
As the trial continues, the world is watching, but quietly. Unlike Johnny Depp or OJ, this case isn't being blasted across every screen. And maybe that's the point. Because if the allegations are true, then Diddy isn't the end of the story. He's the tip of something much darker. Victims are speaking, witnesses are vanishing, and powerful names are staying quiet. So now we ask, will justice finally come? Or will this be another chapter in the elite's ability to bury the truth? Let us know what you think in the comments. Is Diddy finally done? Or will he escape once again? Stay tuned. Because this story, it's far from over. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next.